Imagine growing up with cameras flashing in your face, strangers screaming your name, and headlines twisting every move you make, all before you even turn 18. For Lindsay Lohan, that wasn't a movie plot, it was real life. In a recent emotional interview with the Sunday Times, the 39-year-old actress opened up about the terrifying experiences she had growing up in the public eye. She's talking PTSD, media obsession, and how it's all shaped the way she's now raising her son. This isn't just another celebrity reflection. This is a powerful look at what fame really does to a young person, and how healing and growth come into play when you step into parenthood. In this video, we'll break down Lindsay's interview, her views on fame, then versus now, and what she's doing to protect her family from the cycle she endured. Lindsay didn't hold back. She described the paparazzi during her teen years as aggressive, invasive, and downright unsafe. They were terrifying moments I had in my life, she said. I have PTSD to the extreme from those things. For fans who remember the tabloid frenzy of the early 2000s, her words bring it all back. Images of her being chased down streets, photographed during private moments, and spun into tabloid narratives that barely resembled reality. She admitted that the most invasive situations left deep emotional scars, and that kind of trauma doesn't just fade. Now, as a mother to 2-year-old Luai, she's making it her mission to ensure her son doesn't live under the same microscope. I don't ever want my family to experience being chased by the paparazzi the way I was, she said. And honestly, who could blame her? Lindsay and her husband Bader Shamas are doing everything they can to maintain a strong boundary between their public and private lives. The couple first got together in 2020, tied the knot in 2022, and welcomed baby Luai in July 2023. According to Lindsay, conversations about privacy are a regular part of their household dynamic. We talk about it all the time, she revealed. The goal? To raise their child in a healthy, grounded environment, free from the constant pressure and attention that she had to endure. It's a tough balance when you're a global celebrity, but Lindsay seems determined. She knows firsthand the cost of fame, especially when it's unmanaged or uncontrolled. Now, she's taking control in ways she wasn't able to as a teenager, and that's a powerful shift. One major point she made was how fame itself has evolved. Back in her heyday, Lindsay said celebrities had almost no control over their public image. It was way worse when I was younger, she admitted. But now, because of social media, people can tell their own story in the way that you want it to be told. That's a game changer. With platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, celebrities today have the power to connect directly with fans on their own terms. There's less room for twisted narratives or misleading paparazzi shots. Lindsay reflected on this with both relief and a little regret. We didn't have that, she added, pointing to the missed opportunity to protect her narrative when it mattered most. But now, she's turning that lesson into action, not just for herself, but for her son. Learning how to balance fame and privacy hasn't been easy for Lindsay. She admitted that no one ever really teaches young stars how to separate their personal lives from their public personas. What I have learned over time is how to separate my private life and public life, she shared. And that was difficult for me. This is a reality for many young celebrities, thrown into the spotlight with no roadmap for how to stay grounded. For Lindsay, the learning curve was steep and painful. She had to figure it out the hard way, through trial, error, and very public missteps. But now, with years of experience and reflection behind her, she's sharing what she's learned and using it to rewrite the narrative for herself and for the next generation, including her own child. Another topic Lindsay addressed was the discomfort she feels when people try to capture her without consent. Despite being used to cameras, she said it still makes her uneasy when she's secretly filmed or photographed in public. That's scary. That feels very uncomfortable, she said. I'd rather someone just ask if they can take a photo. This isn't just about being a celebrity. It's about basic human respect. Even though she appreciates her fans, she emphasized how important it is to respect boundaries. For her, those unsolicited moments bring back the worst of the past, reminding her of how little control she once had over her own space. It's a firm but necessary reminder that being famous doesn't mean being public property. Looking ahead, Lindsay Lohan is stepping back into the spotlight, but on her terms this time. She's returning to the big screen in Freakier Friday, the much-anticipated sequel to her 2003 hit Freaky Friday, alongside Jamie Lee Curtis. It's a full-circle moment for her and her fans, but one that's happening in a very different context. Now, a wife and mother, Lindsay is bringing life experience, perspective, and maturity to her craft in a way that fans haven't seen before. While many are excited about the nostalgia of the sequel, it also represents something deeper, a chance for Lindsay to reconnect with the world on her own terms and in a role that celebrates both her past and her growth. It's not just a comeback, it's an evolution. In the end, Lindsay Lohan's story is one of resilience, reflection, and redemption. From a child star thrown into chaos to a mother fiercely protecting her family's peace, she's come a long way. Her candid interview serves as a reminder of the real cost of fame, especially when it starts too young and too fast. But it's also a message of hope, for healing, for boundaries, and for rewriting the story you thought you had to live. As she continues building a new chapter both personally and professionally, fans can expect a Lindsay who's wiser, stronger, and more intentional. If this interview showed us anything, it's that Lindsay Lohan isn't running from her past. She's using it to light the way forward, and that, right there, is something worth watching.